All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone that is listening, welcome back to the DJ Life podcast. Across the table from me, I have the one and only Erik Massengale of Dow Oak Events. And I myself, I am DJ Rick Webb, or Rick Weber, owner of Fusion Sound and Lighting. And I guess let's just jump right on into it. Coronavirus. COVID-19.
Here, let's say it 20 more times just because no one else has ever heard of it.
Corona time.
It's hilarious how it's named after a beer. That's
a
so
Mexican
funny.
beer.
All right, that's
and
not funny
it came
at
from
all.
China, and Trump's back.
I'm so tired of the memes. I'm so tired
memes
of
are
the
all
memes.
over the place. But the topic at hand for basically our first official episode, which is basically the reason why we decided to go ahead and jump on starting this, is the coronavirus and how it is affecting our business. And I guess the biggest thing we can start off with is we don't got shit to do.
Yeah, very, very, very little at least. The workload is 5% of what it was.
Yeah, and the workload that is now is the most painstaking.
Yeah, you don't get paid for it.
Annoying.
You don't get paid for any of it. You lose money for it.
I-
I'm working to lose money right now.
Exactly. I guess that we could start there, right there, with the payments and the money right there. Pretty much all money, unless you're booking a few gigs here and there, which are kind of rare right now. I mean, I booked a couple last week, and I got a consultation tomorrow. But bookings have the booking payments have gone down to like little to nothing.
Our bookings are down 30%. I keep very strict graphs, I could tell you that, but we're down 30% booking ratio.
Yeah, I really don't know mine off the top of my head. I need to get better with mine, so there's that. But you obviously have a lot more. You've been doing it a little bit longer.
Whatever.
So, but
irrelevant. That's
other
the numbers.
other than that, your DJs, because both you and me run a multi-op. You definitely have a lot more DJs that need payments than I do, and
they're not getting them. That sucks.
and I think you said yesterday you had them all apply for unemployment.
Yep,
Right?
I was helping them, letting them know, how to do it and whatnot, trying to help. But yeah, they're all on unemployment right now. Hopefully it'll only be 2-3 months. More will be revealed, honestly,
who
as for
knows,
the
honestly.
future. All we can do is, prep for the worst.
We have a little bit of a list of some topics and stuff of what we wanted to kind of like hit on. Going across the board right now, the biggest thing that's impacting the DJs right now is postponements, cancellations.
Postponements and cancellations.
Our predominant business is weddings for the most part. I do school dances too, which are really freaking hurting me because it's a big portion of our money.
Yeah.
But let's how are you handling it? Because I know you're doing a lot more of the rescheduling and cancellations than what I'm having to deal with right now.
See, the problem with all right, so originally our contract states that all payments are final, no refunded payments. If you make a payment, it is final. And no, all those payments cannot be reassigned, rescheduled to a new date, or refunded. So rescheduling is actually against our contract terms. Obviously, we're not going to hold our clients to that right now.
It's kind of an epidemic.
Right. Yeah. We're breaking our contract. We're bending for clients in that scenario. So we're allowing rescheduling. Our terms are your event has to be rescheduled within 12 calendar months of the original date that you had us booked. And the reason for that is because, let's say Joe Schmo's wedding was tomorrow. Well, I'm not making Joe Schmo's money tomorrow. I'm going to then make it on an October Saturday, which October Saturdays, as everyone knows in the wedding business, are prime dates. You're going to get booked. So now you then cannot make new money on that date. So you're losing, I guess it's called like opportunity profit. I don't know exactly what it's called, but you get what I'm saying.
Similar,
You're only making, Joe Schmo has then taken 2 dates. Mm-hmm. And if I were to allow it to dig too much into next year, then I won't make any money next year. And I'll be suffering all through next year as well. So yeah, within 12 calendar months, we're not charging them any fees. and we have to be available. And we're trying to avoid. We're suggesting to clients that they aim for Fridays or Sundays, any day other than Saturdays, just so that we can make future money on those Saturdays.
Yes, your opportunities aren't lost.
Right.
Basically.
And something else we've had to do, and this is very recent, as everyone knows, it's getting progressively crazier.
Every day.
Because I wasn't even DJing. I wasn't, I just kind of ran the books behind the
You're just
scenes.
the operator of the company.
Right. And ever since this whole thing, I've actually added myself back into rotation so that we have an extra slot on certain dates, because we don't want to take anyone's money. But if we were to refund let's say worst case scenario, every single client we have for the next 2 months wants a refund, and that's probably not even the worst case scenario right now, but let's just say it is.
That's a medium to good.
Right, up until June 1st. If we had to refund every single client starting right now, we would be out, I don't even know, like $80,000. Who has that? You know what I mean? Like no cushion is that large.
And that's in payments you've already acquired for the
right.
event.
That's handing them
that's not in the money that's still to come, and they're like the rest of the money they still owe.
Right. And so, and no, cushions. Yes, I have a cushion, but that's unrealistic. I'm not even 30 years old. No one like.
And that's what,
if you do, then that's awesome. I'm just saying I at least don't. So, and I'm not going to go bankrupt. I'm not going to lose my house. I'm not going to lose my car, and just so we're not doing refunds, and we're sticking to that. Now there are some people in the world that they don't see it from your shoes exactly. And let's say they made a 200. All right, I got a story. All right,
Eric's got a little bit of it. He brushed on this, but we got some examples here.
Yeah.
This might get a little lengthy of a podcast, but this is the topic at hand. So,
all right,
we got to talk about it.
Down payment only $200. No other payments have been made. Down payments are non-refundable. I mean, a down payment pays for you to create a contract. It pays for you to create an event file in your CRM or whatever. However you
meetings.
Yeah, just the
all
initial
the little costs that are involved in terms of the time that we've committed to
booking the event. Regardless if you cancel or not, that is the reason a down payment is non-refundable, is because it requires work at the beginning, and we've done that work. So I don't feel like I'm robbing people. I do feel bad for those people. That is not what I'm saying. But in my position, we've done a little work at that point. Anyway, so dude is only paid $200. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, it's non-refundable. He's like, we'll totally we'll credit your $200 to any date in the next year. You just let us know, reschedule, whatever. We're pushing reschedules, obviously. He's like, absolutely not. F you. We're canceling. Give me my money. He's losing his mind
over $200.
Over $200. And some people. When I say losing his mind, that is such an understatement with what's going on. I'm talking, legal threats, life threats. Yeah, dude, life threats. I'm not even joking.
You got a winner client.
The bride, they got everyone's coming at us about this, and I realize I'm not going to win this battle. It's not worth $200. And so in this scenario, I was like, I emailed him because my Henry, he's like the other admin guy, was handling the conversation. I was just like telling him, I tell him
you were giving him orders like, hey,
right.
This is the communication sheet, basically.
Right. I make the calls. Henry doesn't make the calls. He's just the bearer of bad news sometimes. So I stepped in and I emailed him and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry for the confusion. Like, dick suck. You know what I mean? I had to.
Apologizing your ass off.
Right. That's what I meant by dick suck. Sorry. Right. The times aren't that hard. Jesus.
I hope to God not. It doesn't get to that bad.
Right. Anyways, but, so I just apologized through my teeth. I was like, oh, we'll refund you. And we refunded them. And $200 in the grand scheme of things, if that accumulated, we'll get there when that happens, but $200 in the grand scheme of things is just not worth the psycho couple that this was. And you could tell we were about to have 50 crazy reviews that just shredded us.
Absolutely.
So bullet dodged.
So on my end, the one thing that's been bothering me, so I've had postponements so far. I think we had 5 or 6 now that we've had to postpone.
I hate you.
Yeah. You're that's one weekend for Eric, if anybody knows. That's just the difference in business.
We've had 95 reschedules. That's not including cancels.
Let that sink in, guys.
95 so far.
I've only had 6.
95.
6.
But I mean, it's a different scenario. I'm not trying to downplay.
No. It's just like that's a hell of a lot more of a struggle to deal.
Right.
So the one thing, and I did it just on Monday, right? The people that want to postpone, they just come at you and say, "Hey, we're postponing." They don't have a date yet. That's a fucking scare and a half for me. So Monday is when I actually went in and actually made a calendar because I only have 2 DJs, just me and Marcellus. We're the only 2 DJs on the company. So I went in, made a 2020 calendar of what days are left, who's available what days, and basically it's a live update. I'm going to live update it and send it to them. And basically like, here are the dates. If you are looking to reschedule, these are the dates you need to look at because otherwise we're not going to work. And what triggered me to do that was actually on the school dances. So I had my largest school dance of the year. This one's going to hurt because I'm talking 5 figures on this contract right now. This one's going to hurt me big time. They rescheduled, and the hotel rescheduled them on the only date possible that the hotel is available, supposedly. And on that date right now, both me, Marcellus, and we have a rental on that day. I have no fucking way to be able to do that event right now, and I am scrambling right now, and I'm also hoping it's rescheduled for June 6th. So I'm actually low-key hoping that one of my weddings on that day is like, hey, we would like to postpone, and I will literally be cheering out the window for that date. But that triggered me to make the availability calendar because, and the biggest thing for me is anyone that's looking to reschedule right now, it's still unknown. Even trying to reschedule is still a big unknown, especially the ones that are like, oh, we're going to reschedule for late May. Well, that's a hopefully this works out still because you might be rescheduling again. I just really the rescheduling thing is getting me very worried. And I mean, you're dealing with this way more than I am, and I applaud you for how well it seems that you have this together, at least on the outside surface.
On the outside, hold up. I'm just a monotone dude. Like, chill out.
I was about to say, on the outside, you're like holding this together. Me personally, I've been like flipping out on the inside, especially with my bigger contracts.
See, what I see on Facebook, I'm a Facebooker, by the way, guys.
Yeah, he's big on Facebook. I'm not.
I'm a Facebooker. If you follow me on Facebook, my bad. You're
gonna get some good laughs.
My bad. But anyways, all I see on Facebook is, a dick measuring contest amongst people that are getting fucked by all of this. It's like, oh, well, you only lost $10,000. Well, I lost $100,000. Oh, you only lost this. Well, I lost that. And it's like, bro, we're all fucked. Like, honestly, let's say I have $10. Well, if the coronavirus caused me to lose 8 of those dollars, my life is over. So, but I only lost $8. So are you going to yell at me because you had $100,000 and you lost $80,000? It's the same. It's the same ratio. Like, shut the fuck up is my point. Let's focus on the solution because everyone's just as fucked.
It's very true, and honestly, that's the first time I've actually got a chance to rant. And
I didn't mean to call you out.
No. It's honestly like it's good for the podcast because this is like that's what we're trying to get at right now.
I could have even done it too. Honestly, think how easy it is.
We both can do it right now. I've been like on social media. I've been the most positive person ever right now.
Well, notice I was like, oh, I had 95. It's like it's impossible not to do. So that's why
people are like hitting the number they could have made and what they have and what they're actually losing. It's a big mess.
Solutions.
So
that is how we're handling refunds. That is how we're handling deposit and rescheduling.
So
rescheduling.
I haven't had to deal with a cancellation yet, but I've already gone ahead, as most people I hope have already, I know you have sent out all of your like everyone into July basically and gave them a notice of this is what's going on. This is the policies that we are standing by. For me, basically, I've told them that we'll refund everything but the down deposit. The down deposit is the only thing I do not budge on, period. But I am pushing on them. Like the email that I'm sending out is worded, we want to work to postpone, not cancel, because your date is important. And I do plan on making some videos because I want to make some videos and send them out to brides and couples and talk about, because the biggest thing for them right now is they're losing that date. That date's the big thing for them. That's the huge thing that's making them stick to that date, and also the whole Saturday thing. In my eyes, a lot of what's happening right now with brides are they're stuck on that date. That's been the date they've decided on for a whole entire year now, if not more, and that's the biggest thing that they want to lose. So I want to make some videos talking to brides about how you can still get married on that date, because when it comes down to it, a wedding ceremony, it only matters for the most part to the bride and the groom and the immediate family. That's the only people that really give a shit, excuse my language, but they give a shit about the ceremony. Everyone else is just there to support and be like, oh, glad you finally tied the knot. So if the date is that important to you, go ahead, go down to your courthouse or wherever you can still have, at least here in North Carolina, you can have it at for under 50 people. I'm pretty sure you can just get married and then reschedule your party, which is the reception portion. That's what your guests are there for. That's what the reception is. It's the party. The ceremony is for you guys. That's your date. That's your special thing. I mean, you think about couples that have been married for a long time. They all know that date in their head. So I want to make some videos kind of explaining to couples, like bringing them back to reality, because they're just on cloud nine right now, like flipping out about everything, and just kind of rethink what is important to them. If you want that date, if that's the date you want, get married on that date. Then reschedule to have a party later. And if you're just rescheduling to have a party, it doesn't have to be on a Saturday. You can be on a Friday. And also relay the whole thing about how most vendors are working out deals where they'll cut you a deal for less money than what you originally booked them for if you reschedule for like a Thursday or a Friday or a Sunday.
How about you offer to just offer to do music for even a 3 group of people, bride, groom, and officiant, for their ceremony for no extra cost if they reschedule.
There's another beautiful solution.
You lost your gig anyways, and they may not go for that, but they might. I mean,
I think personally that's why I want to do the videos, is just to kind of relay to brides to kind of get their mindset back down to earth, because brides, when they're planning their wedding, they think that everyone cares about every last little detail. I mean, it's proven when you look at surveys that have been sent out to brides before and after the wedding in terms of what they thought mattered and what they actually realized mattered after their wedding. Entertainment's a big thing for that. They actually realized after the fact that entertainment was actually the biggest thing that their guests cared about other than the food.
Yep.
And then little stuff like your decor and your centerpieces and your gift bags and stuff.
If they had AC, it'll get mentioned if it was hot.
If it was indoor, outdoor.
Yeah.
It's just, I want to make some content to help them in terms of the solution, because the problem both exists for us and exists for the clients, and getting on that same page is the first step to getting solutions out there for just this craziness that we're dealing with. Yeah. Is to get everyone on the same page in terms of what matters and how we can move forward.
In short, whatever your policy may be, come up with one and then follow it and do it across the board. Because I don't care if you have one client. I don't care if you have 1 million clients. Follow your policy.
This is definitely a good point to bring up about your lawyer.
Talk.
Do not.
Oh my.
What we're saying right now and what anyone is saying on the internet, do not take it verbatim. Do not apply this to your business. What you need to do is consult your lawyer. Consult the lawyer that you are working with on your contract and on how to handle this.
Yeah, I mean,
legally.
As for like the refund situation, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't know your situation. I don't know your contract. I wish you luck, but we're just telling you about our experience.
Yes, we definitely have talked a lot about the client situation, the postponements, the refunds, the rescheduling. Let's talk a little bit about us as DJs now that we have little to nothing to do other than to handle these postponements and reschedules. What are we doing?
How are we filling our time? That's a good topic. That's a good thing to talk about.
And other than what we're doing currently right now, filming a podcast episode, I actually really haven't heard. What are you doing right now?
What am I doing? What am I doing
What do you-
productive or what am I just doing? Because there's like a
let's start with productive because obviously we can fill our time with video
Pokemon,
games and
Pokemon,
yeah. I definitely
Nintendo Switch.
I've definitely been playing a lot more Fortnite lately than I have normally. But yeah, let's focus on the productive stuff. What are you doing?
Okay, so we are working on our website. We're always working on our website. Me and Henry, who is my other full-time office member or office staff member, we know what we're doing with SEO, at least enough to where we can take it in our own hands. It's a constant. That job is never done. If anyone tells you, oh, I can fix your SEO for this amount of money, and then they're just done. That's not how that works. Don't hire that person. It's a constant. It's a job in itself, and it's never done. Google's always changing, so we're working on SEO. We're doing that. We're cleaning and repairing bags, equipment. Organizing the garage. Like where we keep all of our rigs. We are, we made like completely new pricing flow, like how we display our pricing plays a huge role in sales. We're racking our brains, honestly, for things to do, and we're not very deep in this. So I would imagine this is going to change shortly. The SEO is the big one. That's majority of what we can do. You and I starting a podcast, something productive.
Something productive to fill our time with.
Right. I'm still exercising and whatnot. I'm sure you are at home.
I'm definitely not exercising anymore. Just like I haven't been.
It's so funny because after we just said that, Rick is the one in shape. I'm the fat ass.
I busted my ass back in high school and college to get myself in shape, and I've just been able to maintain it since then.
Yeah.
Trust me, what I'm currently doing is not healthy, and what I need to be doing to keep in shape is something I should be doing.
I'm just riding off my beautiful hair as long as possible. I did not have a solid answer.
But
I did not.
I guess the one thing that I can do right now, well, okay, so on my side, what I'm doing productively, one is trying to film more YouTube videos as much as I can, because even if, obviously, I'm not going to post them all at once. That's one thing. A lot of people don't know that I actually dedicate like one day out of every week or two, and I just film like 2 or 3 solid YouTube videos. And then we edit them, and then we release them throughout the next couple weeks. It just works better for my time schedule to just dedicate a whole day to it.
I think a good thing to say is figure out what makes you money that is not that you can still do.
And that's a tough thing.
Super tough.
That's
But
super tough.
Rick, you have your YouTube channel. You can make videos.
Yes, absolutely. That's a productive thing I can do.
I can customize DJ event planner accounts. Like I have my website on the side, so I obviously focus on that.
SEO is something that's going to make you money down the road. Your sales funnel is something that's going to make you down. Anything to do with your business, your DJ business, and that's a broad topic in itself. That like DJs need to be treating their DJing as a business, but being able to take the time and work on the back end stuff on your business, even music mixing. I know a lot of DJs are working heavily hard on their DJing skills right now.
They need to be, just not on a live camera. Like, oh my God, how have I been so blind to how everyone is the shittiest DJ in the world? Some are dope. Some are like, what the hell? That was sick. But others.
So what we're talking about is because every DJ in the world right now doesn't have a gig to go to or a club to DJ at, they've all, for the most part, a large majority have transitioned to doing Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch live DJ streaming. And there's a reason why you don't see me ever doing it.
It's because
Period.
Rick sucks at DJing, which is fine. We all suck at DJing, but like, let's suck not on live camera, like for everyone.
Especially
if you're
especially if you're a mobile DJ. Like, think about it like this: at an event, people are not focusing on listening to what you're playing for the most part. They're enjoying their time and having fun. They're not listening to everything you're doing. When they're at home watching you or listening to you DJ, they hear everything, every last little bit of it, and they can pretty much tell if you are doing pretty crap at your mixing or not.
I understand if, let's say you are, I'll just say a bad DJ, but you're putting on a live stream for maybe your non-DJ friends who don't know any better. You know, no one knows anything about if this is a good DJ or not. But that's a little different. But the DJs are DJing for other DJs. This is a world of judgment. That's
actually a really good point.
Your viewers are other DJs, and they're
have nothing to do.
They're starting podcasts and they're making fun of you. Like, that's what.
Yeah, instead of doing live DJing, we're doing a podcast to make fun of everyone that's doing live DJing.
But you know, and the typical scene, you know, they got their uplights. They've got like a TV in front of their little DJ controller.
Their kids are running in the background.
Yeah, their little light up Newmark controller or whatever. And they like, you know, they choose a song. They're playing Nelly, Hot in Here. They're like dancing to it while they're typing on their computer looking for a new song.
And then they go in the cha-cha slide.
Yeah, right.
And don't get this wrong. We're not hating on DJs that are doing this. Like, obviously, it serves a point. And there are some really killer DJs out there. Especially, there are mobile guys out there that belong on a stage because these guys are just freaking insane with their scratching skills.
I mean, like I said, some dudes are crazy. But guys. those DJ live streams have always been awesome. They ignoring the current situation. My friend Brandon Ragosa. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ragosa, but he insane turntablist. Mm-hmm. The dude is insane. Right now, he just got married, and his wife is like just mind-blowing guitar player, and they just jam together. Mm-hmm. So everyone's always wanted those videos. They're sick. That is not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Nelly into the cha-cha slide, like we said.
You're seeing the average mobile DJ out there that has a basic Newmark controller that kind of knows how to beat mix, but that's about it.
Yeah, like, you know, you're DJing for other DJs. Just keep that in mind. And like Rick said, we're not making fun of you. We are. I am, at least.
Well, the jump kind of back off track, but on track, because we're going down a spiral right now. We've turned into
the DJ
trash and DJs and everything. But this is the life of a podcast.
We're all locked in a house. Give us a break. I apologize.
I think this is a good point, though, to leave to plug real quick. If you like what we're saying, if you actually enjoy this kind of banter where we just kind of go off topic and rant. Be sure to slap a like on this video. Be sure to like this video. And also subscribe to the channel so that you know if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe on Spotify, I believe, and on iTunes. You can subscribe to our channel, follow us wherever that is to hear all of the future episodes. And if we are doing a shitty job at this podcast, please criticize us in the comments down below or hit us up on Instagram at DJRickWeb and at Erik
Massengale. Erik _Massengale.
Erik.
Spelled ERIK_MASSENGALE.
We seriously, I can't stress this, we seriously want your feedback because we literally have no idea what we're doing. I'm going to be honest. I don't know about you, but like, even being on the YouTube side, this is completely like foreign to me.
Yeah.
This is, we think we're doing a good job. But anyways, to wrap this up real quick, we kind of wanted to touch on what's going to happen when we get back to reality.
Yeah. All right. Let's say it ends in 6 months or 3 months, whatever.
Let's say best case scenario that I've been hearing online is that end of May, early June is where we've been hearing.
I have heard that as well. I think.
But we also heard, end of April. So
Well, some venues are closing down until July or even August. Just
God, August now.
yeah. Well, I can only think of maybe like two off the top of my head that
Yeah,
are
but
even
still,
going
it's
to
it's
July.
still crazy.
Either way, so a couple things. But let's say, all right, we're totally back to quote unquote normal.
Mm-hmm.
What is normal now? Like things that are going to be different are, first off, all of your reschedules are now, you're about to be DJing them.
A lot.
A lot. All right. Let's say you have 300 weddings spread through 12 months. Now you have 300 weddings spread through 6 months. What the fuck?
Double the workload.
Yeah, I mean, the money
literally
is
what's going to happen. It's going to be double what you were expecting.
Yeah, you're pulling triples every single weekend.
And it doesn't help that 2020 in itself
was a popular year
across the board for everyone. Everyone was like, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year I hit this number, this number.
Couples were holding out for this year because it's the Roaring 20s. They wanted that 2020 date.
And it's going to be nuts. And like we're with the rescheduling, we're just seeing the initial stages of what this is going to look like.
Right. And well, hey, they wanted a 20s themed wedding. It's like, perfect. It got canceled due to the Great Depression. Here we are.
Great Depression number 2.
No,
I think I'm going to have to push off some gigs to other companies because honestly, there's going to be dates that we just can't fill because we only have 2 DJs. I know you were mentioning to me you were looking at hiring another DJ just to fill the short-term demand that we're going to have.
Yeah, because we don't subcontract anything. We're all like W-2 employee. You've trained with us. You're exclusive with us. That's how we work. But we're thinking about hiring a subcontract just to or a subcontractor just to fill a couple dates, get another slot in for those October, September Saturdays.
And I kind of wanted to touch on this because it's something I've been doing. I think I mentioned it to you as well. Especially if you're a smaller, even a single op. The best thing you can do right now is to reach out to every last single DJ that's in your area and kind of get on like a group basis of the guys that are the same caliber as you. Like I know me, Ray, Dan, a few other guys, we kind of all have been reaching out to each other talking about how these rescheduling, we're willing to kind of bounce back and forth with each other to have that availability. Like you have 8 DJs?
Yeah.
So you kind of have that somewhat within your company. But being a single op person or someone like me that only has 2 DJs, being able to have these
it's good to talk
set partners that are going to help work out these events.
It's good to talk to the other DJs in your market to see what they're refunding, see what their rescheduling policies are. You don't want to be an asshole.
In general, but what I'm trying to get at is a lot of DJs silo themselves. I think in our area, we're actually like one of the only areas I know in America where we're all kind of buddies with each other for the most part. Mm-hmm. We have things we hate about each other and stuff like that, but for the most part, if I have an extra lead, I'm going to bounce it off you. I'm going to bounce it off Ray. I'm going to bounce it off whoever is available. But
I hoard my leads, but I hear you.
This is definitely you do. You just hire a new guy. But this is definitely one of, if not the best opportunities you can do right now because everyone is freaking out, kind of like what we got into in this podcast, to reach out to other DJs in your area and kind of just talk the shop, see what everyone else is doing, like you said, talk about refund policies, and just get on a one-to-one basis with all your other DJs. Believe it or not, you guys will probably have more in common than what you believe in.
Once you quit lying, you'll have more in common.
Yeah, once you quit doing your DJ math and taking the amount of events you do or the amount of money you made and times it by 10 and shoving
I think the equation is listen to what they say they charge, subtract about 40%, and that's the number. I think, does that sound right?
I knew the gig one. It was like whatever they tell you that they did, like if they say they did 100 events this year, divide it by like 5.
Gotcha. All right.
And that was the correct amount.
Yeah, 20 for every 100.
If you guys don't know what we're referring to is when you go to like DJ expos and that, it always becomes like a dick measuring competition where this dude says, "Oh, I did $1 million. Oh, I did 2 million. Oh, I did 5 million."
Well, you've got your dudes. All right, so now we're in a world. Oh my God, everything's shutting down. You got dudes flexing their fucking cars and their whatever they have. Oh, I'm the most successful DJ company guy, whatever.
And now they
And
broke.
now they can't afford their own advertising. We're only a month deep, and I'm not saying I'm a somebody, but I didn't turn off our advertising. You know, you don't.
Nothing's changed over here for us.
Yeah, I'm not saying, I'm not, I'm wearing a $20,000 pair of shoes or something like that, you know. So, just chill out, maybe.
Chill. Yeah. Again, we go wherever we want on this podcast, but reality. Hopefully, I'm hoping for the latest early June. It's going to crush me that May is going to be nothing.
Yeah, I mean, so far we have not had one cancel in June yet, and I'm dealing with a lot of cancels or reschedules, whatever, affected dates.
Most of my mid to late May is still solid. It's early May, pretty much all have
Honestly,
rescheduled.
I think all those people are just what's the word? Dilly-dallying. They're just not on with it yet.
Yeah, they're
I'm
in shock and they're not wanting to accept reality.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm pretty confident you can just go ahead and you don't have a single event at least until the last week of May.
Exactly.
At best.
And that's why I've already sent them out the information on rescheduling.
Same.
And I've sent them out, these are the dates we're available if you're looking to reschedule, because I don't want to lose the event. But hopefully we get back to reality. Hopefully this gets back. And when we do get to reality, man, is it going to be wild and crazy.
Right.
It's going to be the most polar opposite of a year ever. We're going to have this period of doing absolutely nothing, and then we're going to have a period of doing absolutely balls to the wall events constantly.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, let's compare it to the Great Depression. People partied like animals.
I don't really know much about this, but
Okay, well, I'm just saying, it's like, no, look at, the Great Gatsby. It's like following,
True.
That's like a party thing. And it's because people, when they go through suffering, it's all right, it's time to counteract it with partying, with entertainment. I think we're going to be solid. I think we're going to be super busy all of a sudden. And that obviously could be untrue, but that's what I think.
Yeah. So if I think we can kind of
Yeah.
welcome to the life of living in an apartment complex where you got people with alarms and stuff going off. But I think we can kind of wrap it up right here with that's the overall sum right now. We're dealing with craziness. We're dealing with madness. We're dealing with this downtime, and
no one knows what they're doing.
And no one knows what they're doing. But for the biggest point out of this is that when we get back to normal, it's going to be insane. So you need to take all the time that you can now to prepare yourself.
Yeah, hit the ground running.
Hit the ground running. Prepare yourself for what is to come.
In the words of the greatest band of all time, Smash Mouth, hit the ground running.
But I guess that's...
Don't act like you disagree.
I agree. But I guess that's pretty much all for this first ever. The first ever... How does it feel? First ever episode. And we are keeping our social distance. We got exactly 6 feet in between us right now at the table. But first episode, DJ Life Podcast.
I hate that it's on the coronavirus because
I do too.
It's something that I know nothing about, honestly. I can only say...
what I know,
what I'm trying to know, or I'm trying to help, but it honestly, I don't feel helpful.
No, I don't.
I don't feel like anything I've said is helpful.
We're all learning this together.
Right. Hopefully,
day by day.
I'm hoping that our future talks will be on subjects I can actually help people and be confident that I'm helping. That's my honest take back from everything we just talked about.
Absolutely. But on that note, this was all. If you like the podcast, if you like what we're dishing out, please slap a like on this. If you didn't like it, feel free to hit the dislike button. I mean, it'll let us know. But leave down the comment section down below.
Yeah, feedback. Tell us what's good. Tell us what's bad.
If you know anything about both of us, we have dealt with a lot of hatred in our life, so we are perfectly able to take criticism and hear you guys out. So leave it down in the comment section down below, or hit us up on Instagram if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes or any of that sort of stuff.
What's your Instagram tag?
Oh yeah, it's DJ Rick Webb, and you got what's
All right,
yours?
it's Erik Massengale. It's ERIK_Massengale.
We're just gonna get that as like an audio bite, and we're gonna hit it on a soundboard at some point, like Erik Massengale.
I'm gonna start trying to say it as fast as I possibly can.
Just so they can't get it right. All right,
Right.
sounds good.
All
But yeah, like, comment, subscribe to follow us on all those different platforms, and I guess we will catch you on the next one. Peace, everyone.
Later.